Hello everybody, it's Jason with Grounded Roots Healing. I am at a location where I did my second ever video. First one in the car. And I just realized it's been almost a year. So I'm about 2 weeks shy of a year since starting this channel. And it has been an unbelievable journey. I don't even know what to say about this. So I haven't been making very many videos, and I probably won't continue to make many more. I've gotten what I needed out of this, and what the point of this channel was in the first place. So I was thinking today, so I'm writing a book. I have been for several months, and it's good. Like, I'm almost surprised, which I shouldn't be, but you know, I'm really enjoying doing it, and it's a good book. It's going to be good. Now, I don't know if it'll be commercially viable, and it doesn't matter, but I know it's good. So I'm saying that because Amanda and I were talking about, you know, this channel has not done much. I've got 577. It fluctuates. Seems the more videos I make, the lower the subscriber count gets, which isn't a great sign, but that's okay with me, because like I said, I've got what I was supposed to get out of this. We were talking about how could I change the direction of this channel. So the book I'm writing it's not designed in any way. It's a channeling from God, essentially, my higher self. But what it is it's a way to direct you towards that feeling. And what this channel has been, that knowing. This channel has been me explaining, mostly for myself, so I can understand what I'm going through. And how can I change the channel direction to just show what it's like to be in a higher vibration? And we didn't really come up with any solid conclusions. But what it did make me realize is how friggin' far I've come. Like, she's so wise, my wife. But, you know, she was saying, find 3 things that you can have gratitude, because I was struggling with some stuff today, if you can even call it that. And I was able to listen to her, take that on, apply it, change my mental state, and heal more. And then I went to think about that it's almost been a year since I made this channel, and where I was when this channel started. I am not the same person. You know, it seems like a year. That's all it's been? A year? It's been like 10 years, right? No, it's only been a year. It's only been 2 years since all of this really happened. Not even. But again, okay, we're going to try to move this channel in a different direction. Well, what you're trying to do, if you're going to make something that's, let's say, in resonance with the maximum amount of people, is you want to be vibrating as high as possible and show that to the world. You want to take the real you and show the world that. That's it. Find something you love to do. Show the real world, the real you, and it will work. It's as simple as that, right? Well, how do you do that if you don't even know who you are? So I realized that I did not know who I was. I was a chameleon, shapeshifter. I still am. I still do it. It's not completely broken out of me yet. But what I mean is, I would change my personality to fit whatever situation I was in. So if I was in a work situation where I'm working in the oil field, I would be oil field Jason. Where if I was meeting someone on the street, I would be street Jason. If I was meeting someone in a grocery store, I would be that version of myself. I would figure out very quickly what energy level they're vibrating at, what level of conversation they want to have, and then I would meet them there. And that would be me. That would be the me you know. You're never getting the real me. Nobody does. There's a very handful of people who know the real me. And I know this because I was just listening to a song as I came down here. It's called A Hard Year by Jeffrey Martin. And I started crying. Now, the real me wouldn't be ashamed of that. That's a healed version. That song touched on something. It made me emotional. There's nothing wrong with that. But I would hide that in every other situation except perhaps with my wife. Even then, I used to do that. I used to try to hide it, although she could see through everything. But I finally am starting to figure out who I am. And how can I have a successful YouTube channel if I can't show the world who I am? This is who I am. I cry at songs. I'm vulnerable on here. I don't really care what people think of me. So that's how I'm being myself. Where I get into trouble, where I won't be commercially viable, is that I often point out how things work, and the bullshit we're telling ourselves and lying to ourselves. And I point it out, and then, I'm doing it to heal myself. I'm not doing it to hurt anybody, and I am not hurting anyone. I'm actually helping, but what it does is trigger people's ego. And if it triggers your ego, you tend not to watch channels repeatedly or recommend them to other people. They make you feel bad, and you don't know why. And the vast majority of people are not introspective enough to actually to look at that and try to change it. So that's okay. I'm a walking tower moment. I've accepted this. I think if I do it in written form, I'll be able to tailor it better because I can filter what I say and how I say it. I know I will be able to. And I know that I'll be able to touch more people because I can curate the message in written form. And I can be honest and say to myself, is this going to trigger their ego? Because what you're trying to do to be commercially viable is get around that ego. What you want to do is get that message out. Point to God, right? Point to yourself, point to your higher self, their higher self, without triggering their ego. And boy, I just saw a raven fly behind it. Boy, is that a hard thing to do. And it's especially hard to do when you have no time buffer, because I am brutally honest. Take it or leave it. That's me. And if I see the answer to a problem, I can't help myself. I can't help but point it out. And this is why people come into my life and they don't stay very long. It's the curse of the alchemist or the walking tower moment that a lot of us light workers are. This is what happens. You point things out even if you're not trying to, just by behaving a certain way. And it points out the behavior that maybe they're not doing. Or you just say something in passing and it hits deep. It's hard. Like, I've had, I don't know how many people come into my lives, so-called spiritual people even, and I point out the levels that they're at, or they've pointed out for me, and then we are not friends anymore. And we've served the purpose in each other's lives. We've served that role. We've filled that soul contract. And then it's time to move on. But it, again, this does not make you commercially viable. So I just wanted to come on here and, maybe this is my last video. I'm not sure what the point of continuing with these is. But I should give myself a pat on the back. Holy cow. I kept at this for a year. I had some breaks. And it's gotten pretty sporadic here at the end. But can I express to you where I was a year ago? Well, I'll say a year and a half ago, before my awakening started. So I grew up in abject poverty. No running. Well, we didn't have a shower. We had outdoor toilets. It was like a 200-year-old house when I was growing up. No insulation. This is Canada. It's cold. I remember snow in the house. I remember huddled around a little heater, kerosene heater in the kitchen in our snowsuits before school, eating our cereal. I remember rats chewing through the boxes of cereal. I remember it was pretty rough. We never owned a vehicle, ever, growing up. It did get better, but that was how it started. That house is no longer in existence. It's obviously it was old to begin with. I had dyslexia. I was held back a grade. Mental illness all through the family. I won't go into specifics. I was exposed to SA at the age of 7 and repressed that, and then had flashbacks and other memories come later in life, as well as, well, I won't go into a whole lot of detail. So I had PTSD, essentially, learning disability. I had pneumonia a bunch of times, probably from mold or cigarette smoke, or who knows. My father was a recovering alcoholic. I left that town, went off to work and put the world on my shoulders, and I began to work ridiculous amounts of hours in order to be safe and have security. So I found the highest paying job I could get, and I worked as many days as I could find. So I sacrificed my body, and then I was depressed since the incidents that happened. I had PSI, we'll call it. I can't say what it is. There was more days that I wanted to not be here when I woke up than there was one that I wanted to be. What else? Oh, autism. I've always had it. I just realized that several years ago. It's a huge realization, which means you mask, like I described earlier in the video. I was an alcoholic. I was using marijuana in excess. I was eating, just take your pick. I was a complete disaster. I was sitting at my desk in misery with no energy, no zest for life, no want to live anymore. An alcoholic waiting to die. I resigned myself to staying alive as long as possible, and no quality of life, and my marriage was going to go downhill and all of this. Since this happened, all of that has changed. I mean, you can't change the autism, but the depression's gone. The insomnia's gone. All of it. I'm a happy human being. I'm a healed human being. I've put in so much work. You can go back to the beginning of this channel and see what I've done, where I've came from. It's in video form there, if you can excruciatingly watch all the 400 videos. But I am telling you, I've cured all of this. Cured. And more than that, all the relationships in my life are fixed. It doesn't mean they're perfect, but it means they're fixed. They're headed in the right direction. They're positive. All of them. All of them. I've removed people out of my life that needed to be removed. I've found strength that I didn't know I had. I'm not afraid to cry in front of people anymore. It's the transformation that I've undergone in the last year and a half is unfathomable. It is. And I have to be proud of myself for that. I'm writing a bloody book. I couldn't write before. How could I write that book? I didn't know who I was. I didn't have any of this understanding. I couldn't have come on here and said it this eloquently. I couldn't have expressed myself the way I'm expressing myself right now. 3 crows. I'm so proud of myself. I don't know what's going to happen with this book, but I'm going to finish this. I have to. I have to. I'm so proud of myself for just even starting this. I don't care what it does. I have to finish it. I'm proud that of everything I've done this year, and I didn't do it alone. But as anyone who knows, when you start this awakening journey, it's a solo journey. You have helpers and you have loved ones, but you got to do this on your own. You can't face those demons. No one can help you. You got to shine a light on them, and it's got to be you. That's the point of this whole trip. The whole point of this whole school is to face them yourself, to prove to yourself that you're strong enough to do it, to understand how strong you are is the whole point of all of this. All I'm trying to do with any of these videos, and have been since the beginning, is to make you understand how powerful you are. That's what this whole book is going to be about, which is on the dash in front of me. It's going to be pointing you in the direction, or attempting to, so that you understand that you are the maker of all of this, and that you have all the power. Once you start to see that, life gets a lot easier. So, you know, my outward world is no different. But man, oh, my life is a lot different. It's so different. I am not the same person. I mean, the person that should do this video is my wife. She'll express the same sentiment for sure. She knows me the best. She's known me forever. And yeah, I'm just proud of myself. I don't know if I'm going to continue with this channel. I honestly don't. I don't have the zest for it anymore. So that usually means it's served its purpose. And I've definitely helped a few people. I've gotten comments that, you know, this is one of their favorite channels. And I'm sorry if I just can't continue to do something that's not sparking my joy, let's say. I got to focus my conscious attention where I have the highest interest right now. And I think that this book is important. We'll see where it goes. And who knows what the universe has in store for us. I have no clue. I've given up trying. I'm just extremely proud and glad of where I am. It's hard to express how much pride I have in myself. This was hard. I took some major risks. I threw it all on the line. It didn't work out. Okay, YouTube didn't work out. Well, something's going to. And what has worked out is I found myself. I know who I am now. I'm done pretending to be somebody else for everybody else to feel comfortable. If you're not comfortable around me, bye. That's it. So you're getting the real me, maybe for the first time ever. So I think I'll leave it there, guys. Like I always say, I hope this video finds you well. I love you all. And I don't know when I'll see you again. But I do love you.